So which one is the dog that pulls the sled?
Nunavut Premier John Mayne and Northwest Territories Premier R.J. Simpson continued their talks on Arctic security. They told committee members what they need in their territories. Simpson said sovereignty is not something that can be declared, it needs to be built.
From that perspective, Canada's Arctic foreign policy is more than just a diplomatic document. It's a call for the country to meet its words with action. The government of the Northwest Territories was actively engaged in the development of Canada's Arctic foreign policy. I met several times with then Minister Jolie. My colleagues and I appreciated her efforts to meet Northerners where they're at.
Mayne reaffirmed his stance that Indigenous communities need to lead the formation of these strategies.
The Nunavut Arctic Security and Sovereignty Strategy outlines that Indigenous peoples, Inuit in our case, and inhabitants of the Arctic must be the key architects of any strategy, policy, framework, or action plan about the region.
Following the Premier's remarks, the floor was open for questions from members of Parliament. Most of their questions centered around Arctic infrastructure. Tim Watchorn, a Quebec Liberal MP, asked what the North wanted to see come out of proposed Arctic military projects.
Vous avez parlé tout à l'heure.
A while ago, you talked about the dual-use project. What will your priorities be for these dual-use projects? What are your priorities for investments in the North?
Premier Simpson says he wants a balanced approach to these projects to make sure they meet the needs of both the military and communities.
If you're increasing their presence in communities, we probably need better municipal roads, an upgrade to the water treatment plant, maybe more community facilities for recreation and things like that. So that's really where I see the dual use infrastructure, as well as the things like airports, runways, and those are more the typical D&D things that they would like to see.
Mayne says talks have been good, but more needs to be discussed about what priorities lead these projects.
Is it the military interest that is the primary driver, and then the civilian is like a little thing that's tacked on the side, or is it the other way around in terms of how we look at this? And that's where, similar to my colleague, we have been engaged in conversations with Department of National Defense on trying to understand better.
Justin Hardy, APTN National News, Iqaluit.